EasyArt comes with some great routines for creating some visual interest in your images. Scroll down to the bottom of the EasyArt actions list and you'll find the Easy Edges routines. You have 25 different edge effects to choose from. For this image we'll use the chalk edge effect. You can see the effect is being applied to a duplicate of the original. Now with one of the Photoshop selection tools, make a selection inside the image area. You can use any of the selection tools. In this case I'll just use the marquee select. When you've made your selection, click on the chalk edge button again, which now appears red, to continue the routine. Now EasyArt is asking me how much effect do I want to apply. I'm going to change the default from 10 to 15, which will produce a slightly more exaggerated edge effect. As I said before, the effect is applied on a duplicate of the original, so if you don't like it, just close it without saving and run the routine again. These routines are also a great way of removing the background out of an image. Now to take this effect a little further, I'm going to select the original image again and zoom into an area that was removed by the edge effect. Now with one of Photoshop's selection tools, I'm carefully going to trace around the outside of the left arm. You can see on the other image that this particular area has been removed by the edge effect. Now what I'm going to do is copy and paste this area back into the image that has the effect. This is a great way of creating a foreground and background. Now I'll zoom into the image, paste the area I just traced and copied, and with the move tool I'll move it into the correct position. Now back to the original. Just quickly check which area is missing from the newly created image. Looks like the smoke and part of the gun. So back to the original and I'll trace around that area and copy it. This gives your images that three-dimensional look, creating the foreground and background. Obviously the more time that you spend tracing around an area, the more accurate the result. In this particular case, we don't have to be too fussy. Now copy that, select the second image and paste that area I've just traced into the image. Select the move tool and move it into position. This is a quick way of creating great t-shirt designs with very little effort. Now if we have a look in the layers list, you can see those extra layers have been added to the design. EasyArt can only separate one layer, so the three layers must be merged together. We always use the merge command, not the flatten command. Now to separate this image, you will use the separate for colored shirts routine. As I said before, if you don't like a particular edge effect, just close the image without saving and go back and try a different routine. You have 25 different edge effects to choose from. This time I'll use the halftone edge effect. Now I'm going to use the lasso tool this time just to illustrate. You can make the selection in any shape you wish. Once again, I'm going to change the defaults to give me a slightly exaggerated effect. It's a good idea to stick with the defaults to start with. But as you can see, this is a really great way of adding interest to your images.